everybody, this is part 2 or the conclusion part of how you finish the drying the herbs process that I did in a video a while back. It took probably close to about a month to get them to where they were dry enough to process them. Now, I know that I hung mine up on a clothesline, and I wanted to show you, if you don't have the means to hang them up anywhere, that's not a problem. All you have to do, which is what I'm doing with this bunch right here, is get a cookie sheet, spread them out on a cookie sheet like this, stick them somewhere in your kitchen, and basically just leave them alone for a while. Just give them a zhuzh every couple of days to rotate them, and they'll dry out just as easily on there as they will hanging up. Actually, it actually might even end up being better, because when you go to cut them down on the clothesline, they kind of make a mess because they're falling apart and you end up having to vacuum the floor anyway. So all you have to do after that, you can even leave them in a cookie sheet like this. I take a piece of wax paper and I start taking them apart on the wax paper, because then it's easier to kind of go like this and then put them in a bag or in a jar. So what I typically do is I use my Ninja and I process them in the Ninja. Now, in the past I've used a food processor, which will work. The only thing with the food processor is it has to be packed full enough to really grind them up, otherwise they spin around the bowl. So you have to have a lot in a food processor, where you don't really have to have a lot in here. They just have to go past the blade and they will come to the consistency that you want. So this is what they look like. I fill them, and if I have any left over that won't fill in the jar, I put them in a little bag like this, but I refill my little jars. And then this is my sage. I had a lot of leftover sage. And then with my mint leaves, I did not put those in here because I use my mint leaves solely for tea, like loose leaf tea. I really don't use dried mint leaves for cooking, or I haven't yet. If I typically need fresh mint for a recipe, I go buy it. I don't usually use dried mint leaves. And this is what they look like right here. They're just dried, and as you can see, they're crumbly. See, they're even still on the stem. So I have this little contraption when I make tea. You just kind of put them in there like so, however many you want, and then you put it in a coffee cup of hot water, and it steeps, and then they don't, get into your cup. So I store them like that, and because I have so much mint, I'm doing a whole nother batch the same way. So I don't process my mint. I process all the other herbs, but I don't process my mint. I just kind of crumble them up, take the hard stems off, and use those for loose leaf. So I hope you guys give this a try. If you do have a bunch of fresh herbs, it really is easy. There's not much to it. You just kind of let them sit, dry out, process them, transfer them, store them, you're done. And it's a good way to use your fresh herbs that you've grown through the winter. So I hope you guys give this a try. Thanks.